This video is brought to you by my two books, Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist and The Blues Guitar Bible. Want to learn about modes, harmony, scales, chord substitution and keys? Or maybe you're interested in supercharging your blues guitar rhythm and lead chops. Whatever you're interested in, I guarantee you will be hitting the fast lane to progress with either of these works. Both feature video demonstrations and tutorials, loads of tabs and jam tracks to play along with, and I promise you, everything is explained in crystal clear plain English. Check out the links in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. If you hear any background noise in the video today, it's because there's roadworks going on the road out there. Yes, so apologies for that. But we'll soldier on. Today being Wednesday, we're doing another one of these videos, which is sort of me putting together a new album, and people have asked me why I'm doing it. Well, a few people have. And the answer is because I want to. It's as simple as that. I'm making no plans to draft or rehearse a Grammy acceptance speech. I'm not clearing space on the mantelpiece for the inevitable gold disc, anything like that. This is just me as a middle-aged bloke tinkering around with something and having fun doing it, in much the same way as, my dad used to tinker around with an old broken clock we had in the house. He never did get it working, but he had an immense amount of fun trying. So this is all I'm doing, really. Previous videos in this series, for those of you who haven't watched them, or if you're new to this channel, basically I've explained that all of these tracks on this album are going to be named after snacks and treats that we give to Dougal, our dog, who I'll drop a picture in the edit so you can see who he is and what he looks like. Yes, he's a spoilt little fella, and he gets lots of treats and snacks, and it just seemed like a good idea to name some tunes after them. So far we've had Gravy Bone, which is a dog biscuit flavoured like gravy, apparently, bone-shaped as you might expect. We've had, what was the other one? Bull's Pizzle. Yes, it is that part of a bull, and you can buy them in our local pet shop. You can buy also a brand of dog biscuits called Shapes, so there's a track called Shapes. And last week we did Chicken Feet. Today it's the turn of Camel Skin, and Camel Skin, you can buy it, it's like sort of kind of like camel jerky, I guess, and he absolutely loves that. Give him one of those, and you don't hear a peep out of him for about 90 minutes as he's kind of gnawing away at it. So that's what we're doing today, a tune called Camel Skin, and we're just going to be looking at putting the basic track together for it. I'm going to do another video next week where I'll look at kind of the lead guitar parts. So what am I thinking there when I'm thinking Camel Skin? I'm thinking, well, camels, the desert, Arabian kind of things, and Eastern and exotic. If you're old enough and you were in the UK in the 1970s or possibly 80s, you might remember the TV advertising campaign for Fry's Turkish Delight. So it's that kind of thing that I've got in my head, and whenever I'm that way inclined, the thing I usually gravitate towards, let's just point the camera down, is the Byzantine scale, which basically, if I just map it out along the length of the low E string, it goes E, F, G sharp, A, B, C, D sharp, and back to E again. And where have you heard this? Well, a certain Quentin Tarantino movie springs to mind. And that's probably just got this video demonetized, but hey ho. The Dick Dale thing, Misery Lou, that's based on the Byzantine scale. So if we just take a look at the notes we've got in that scale, we've got E, F, G sharp, A, B, C and D sharp, or if you're thinking of intervals, root, flat second, third, fourth, fifth, flat sixth and seventh. So the first thing to do is to see what chords you can build out of those notes, and these are the chords that basically those notes will give us the E, the G sharp and the B notes will give us an E chord. F, A and C notes will give us an F chord. Replace the A note in that chord with a G sharp, you get an F minor. The G sharp, C and D sharp will give us a G sharp major chord, and once again if you replace the C note with the B note from the scale, it becomes a G sharp minor. A, C and E give us an A minor chord. B, D sharp and A kind of give us a B7 chord, although it's lacking the F sharp, but if you needed it you could just get away with playing the B, D sharp and A like that, and it'll give you a B7 sound. And the C, E and G sharp note give us a C augmented chord. In the end, the chords I ended up using were E, going to an A minor, going to a G sharp, going to an F, then back down to E again. Let's go back up to the F, A minor and G sharp. And I kind of put those together in a little sequence that goes like this. And then back down to the E again for the next verse. This is basically the verse section of the song that I'm putting together here. For the chorus, I wanted something that contrasted with that and something just maybe a little bit more conventional, a little bit more diatonic major key. And I do like a key change as I go into a chorus. So from that E major tonality, I'm going to go up to G major and just basically playing around with some well-trodden chord changes. G to B minor, E minor, a little borrowed chord A7, like that, up to a C major, G over B, A minor, C to D, and that will take me nicely back to a G. Or it does that sort of parallel key modal interchange thing. C to D, back to the E again, like that, you know, think crazy little thing called Love. It's in a different key, but it's basically the same chord changes. So those are the chord changes I came up with. I also did like a bridge section as well, so let's have a brief explanation of that, where again another key change. I'm going F to an F7 over E flat. Let's do it this way. Where are we? To an F over D, which is basically D minor 7, to an F over C, B flat, down to G minor 7. And it's at this point here I'm thinking, how am I going to get back to that E chord? So I'm going to go F up to an A flat and then a B major or B7, that kind of. Then back into the E for the next verse. So that's kind of F, F over E flat, F over D, F over C, B flat, G minor 7, F, A flat, B major, taking us modulating back into that E tonality again. And when you basically take all of those elements and screw them all together, you can end up with something that sounds like this. And there you have it. That's the basic track for Camel Skin. I'm going to hang fire doing a tab for that for this week, because I might as well just bundle that all in with the lead parts, which I'll be doing next week, because I'm going to do this as a two-part video, or two-part series of videos on this track. So yes, there'll be a full tab for next week. What you'll get this week though is like a chord chart if you want to play along with it, and of course that video there that you've seen of me performing that basic track, and an MP3 version of it for yourself to just see if you can have a little bit of a jam over the top of it. As usual, all of those resources are up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description. As I'm sure you know by now, $3 or about £3 a month depending on the exchange rate gets you access to all of these additional goodies and resources that go along with these YouTube videos. And of course, a massive heartfelt thank you to everyone who supports me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are downstairs in the description. And that is pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it informative and useful, and hopefully entertaining in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. And of course, don't forget the live stream every Friday 5 PM UK time. We drink beer and talk about stuff, music, guitars, whatever. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.